fantasy-esque, and welcome back to the Werewolf Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. In the last chapter, Miss Lillian froze to death quite suddenly on the royal grounds. The following day, Lady Helen gave birth to a baby boy named Master Edwin, securing her bloodline. That night, the pack held its 9th match, this time for breeding rights over the alpha. Lord Claude and the new kennel master's brother, Lord Ben Empire, were the two match suitors. Lord Claude won and sired Queen Julia's 5th litter. As the full moon rose, Prince Harvey witnessed his older brother Elmer go through his first transformation as a teen wolf. They spoke about it afterwards, but the more Elmer tried to explain, the more Harvey's heart grew heavy with fear and bitterness. He smelled like a wolf to the others, but deep inside, he knew he would never be able to change into one of them. It is Thursday morning, and the pack is at Wolf Alcove for a much-needed day out in spring. The youngsters, I think, are going off to academy just now. They're hanging around with us for a little bit, but you know, it's a weekday. So how far has Elmer gotten? Okay, he is just going. Harvey's running on down, and so is Eugene. Excellent, so they're gonna head off and we'll be left with the ladies. So Ada over here wants to ask Queen Julia about her day. I was thinking in the previous chapter about how we had so many ghost ones and the fact that I don't always do ghost ones, which is fine by me, but I'm thinking that maybe we can acknowledge the fact that the Sims are thinking of certain loved ones they have lost, even if we don't go through and do certain interactions with those ghosts. Because like I said, I do like the idea of, you know, the deceased having moved on, or at least, even if some of them like to haunt the royal grounds, you know, the people that are left behind, they are still living, so they would be more attached to others who are living. Or I suppose not attached, but you know, they would emotionally move on to a certain degree and focus on building relationships with those that are with them rather than ones that are lost. But if they do have, you know, ghost whims, we can always say that maybe they're really missing that particular sim or person. So I suppose a lot of people were thinking about Alfred previously, and a lot of people were missing Alfred. But Ada, she wants to ask Julia about her day. So let's go and do that, which is important because I think, is she in her first or second trimester at this point? We'll check in a second. Let's come here and check in on Queen Julia. Julia's in her second trimester. Okay. So she's in her second trimester. Let's go ahead. Now this particular place, you know, it's a creative space for our werewolves. So our youngsters and even some of the older werewolves, they are going to be using a bunch of the resources here when we hang out, which is nice. Everyone's honing all sorts of different skills, which is great. Okay, we've done that, and a lot of our Sims want to become friends with a lot of people, which is interesting. So look, right now, Julia, she wants to apologize to Catherine. So this, like the ghost whims on something, I'm going to go ahead and complete, but this here tells me that the queen maybe feels a little bit remorseful about the way she was with Catherine, or the way things ended with her, and, you know, in hindsight, like, she wishes she could have apologized to Catherine instead of, I don't know, killing her. So, yeah, Queen Julia is riddled with guilt over how she treated Lady Catherine, and would have liked to apologize. Oh, Julia, are you now regretting after everything that you have put people through? Are you regretting now your decision to get rid of her? I mean, I suppose that was a very passionate relationship she had. A very passionate one. Okay, from the ladies that we have left over, who has the lowest writing skill that we can work on? So 366... Oh, 4. And, oh, you have no writing. Okay, I suppose because Helen got pregnant as soon as she joined, she doesn't have any writing skill. So why don't we get her to go writing with Wizard, maybe? I think she's got, actually no, she has the lowest relationship with Twilight. let's go and mount Twilight. Let's go and ride Twilight. Once she's done howling with the Queen and bonding with Queen Julia over, you know, pack matters. Okay, we're gonna take the newest member out for a ride. So go ahead and do that. She can get some of her skill up, and I suppose, oh, the Queen can't even ride the other one. Oh, she got thrown off. Oh no. Let us try again. Let us try again. Come on, Twilight. Let's try and cooperate, if only a little bit. If only a little bit. And I suppose that leaves Ada to go with Wizard. So we might just do that. Okay, we are on. Let's go for a relaxed ride. And we'll get you to go with Wizard, who is currently asleep. Okay, Wizard, we're gonna wake you up real quick. Come on, Ada. Queen's making some food, which is good because she was hungry. Thankfully, these people are feeding themselves. Because really, it is not something I'm supposed to have to worry about. Their autonomy is fully on. They should be able to tend to their own needs. But I make sure periodically, whenever I jump in to record, like every new section, I do cheat up everyone's needs. So, you know, they don't die, but sometimes they just don't want to feed themselves. Thankfully, the Queen has the right idea about it. Okay, let's mount. And what's this? Sore throat from howling too much. Okay, maybe give howling a rest. Maybe give howling a break. Maybe the Queen feels guilty because Ada was Catherine's maid, and seeing how, like, nice... Oh my god, my camera keeps bouncing up. I don't know if it's the problem with this lot or what, but I don't know if the Queen feels guilty because... Like, maybe she feels guilty because Ada was Catherine's maid, and Ada is really nice to the Queen. Ada, even though she's fully aware of the Alpha's hand in Catherine's death and the whole mess around that, she has... I mean, sometimes they have little spats here and there, but it's never anything too vicious, and it's never anything too prolonged. They usually apologize to each other fairly quickly, and for the most part, Ada is very nice to Queen Julia. So maybe seeing that makes her feel very guilty. Okay, we go for a relaxed ride as well. No, get back on. No. Get back on. Yeah, mount again and go on a little ride, please. A relaxed ride. Doesn't even have to be that crazy. But she has the most riding skill out of anyone. Which actually does make sense because the Alpha is pregnant half the time. And Ada's only been pregnant once, which means she has a lot more time on her hands to actually focus on the riding. But look at how peaceful and professional she looks. Meanwhile, Helen over here looks very, very nervous with her own horse. Oh, Helen, don't worry. You'll get the hang of it soon enough. It's her very first ride. Understandably, it's her first ride. And who does she? Oh, she's thinking about Catherine as well while she's gone on a ride. So after she left and she went on a ride, I don't know if the Queen said anything to her. I imagine she wouldn't have. I feel like Julia's, because of her childishness, she wouldn't want to admit that she may have handled something incorrectly and she would have kept it to herself. But Ada over here, she's also thinking about Catherine, and I suppose she wishes that Catherine was here so, they could cloud gaze with each other on such a beautiful day out. That's just depressing. That is just depressing. And Helen, of course, is not thinking of anything except her ride. She wasn't here long enough to really know any of the deceased people, so she doesn't have particularly strong feelings about them. Probably the only time she's seen them or, come across them / had access to them has been when she's noticed the ghosts around the royal grounds. But not all the werewolves socialize with the ghosts who hang around because, they've mostly moved on. So that's interesting. That is very interesting. It is Thursday night, and we are picking up at the Royal Grounds, with Edwin, who has aged up into a toddler. So I summoned him over because I wanted to take a look at him after his makeover, and I figured we'd have Prince Ed next to Edwin, just, for comparison. So let's take a look at this cutie pie. He is, I feel like, right now my favorite child period that we have ever had because of his parentage. We all know this. Obviously, as he gets older, we'll have to see sometimes other, children hijack my favorite status. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But for now, he looks super cute and he's really adorable and I just love him. So he took his mother's skin. Both his parents have light skin. They're both cool toned, I think. But he took his mother's one, which may be a shade lighter or darker. I think her mother's a shade. I have no clue. Anyways, he took his mother's skin tone, and he has, his father's pink eyes, his father's dark gray hair, but it looks darker on Ralph. That's fine. Sometimes our kids, they go through slight changes in their genetic coloration as they get older, but look at him. He's adorable. He's dressed in purple. This is like the cutest thing ever. And then, we have the child of, I think, the Eternal brother. Is it Eternal? Yeah. The Empires and the Eternals, my goodness. The Eternal brother, who a lot of you really like. So, names, I'm a bit hazy on them right now. I should know his name. Lord Earl, there we go. Lord Earl. Yeah. We have Earl and we have Ralph. So the child of Earl, who I feel like all of you like, and then we have the child of Ralph, who I love. So there we go. We have these little cutie pies. I love that he's making like a really upset face, whereas Prince Ed, he looks really like goofy and happy. Oh my goodness, these two are adorable. They're adorable, but he just looks so cool. He looks so flippin' cool. I'm excited to see what kind of kid is gonna be as he gets a little bit older. But anyways, Master Eugene, all doing good. Actually, I think they have homework. So I actually played a little bit off camera. Once they came back from school, they went to the wolf alcove, or they caught up with everyone again at the wolf alcove while the adults were there. They did their homework, and then I had them come back home. Now, some of these kids, we have, what is this? Oh, he wants to chat with Lord Michael, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let's find Michael. He's not acquainted with Michael. Not really. So it's interesting that he wants to talk to him. Actually, no, he is. He is acquainted with Michael. So, Michael, do you want to maybe come inside? Let's evangelize vegetarian benefits. You're going back out into the storm? Can Michael not come indoors? No? You would have higher status than him, no? I feel like you would. I mean, you're a prince. Sometimes I wonder, truly, like, what is the social ladder? Because it can get a little bit confusing. So the ladies, they obviously have a higher status than the males, and the males, their status is a bit complicated depending on, like, the children. So the males, like the men, would have higher status than the little girls, but the boys would have higher status than the men, at least in this generation. It's a bit confusing. So, like, the father of Eugene is Lord Jim. Obviously, Lord Jim is going to have a higher status than Eugene, because they're both nobles, and Jim is older than Eugene. But the prince would have higher status than Lord Jim, and a higher status than Master Eugene. But depending on the way the boys rank, Eugene could have a higher status than one of the princes, but he would still have, I suppose in that case, if a kid had a higher status than a prince, like within their own, age group, then they would have a higher status than their father, right? So does that mean, this is very confusing. It is very confusing, but it's kind of cool too. Like, it shows the complexities of werewolf society. So that means that a master ranks below a lord but a prince ranks above a lord, and a master who ranks above a prince also ranks above a lord, but below a prince that is a generation older than him. Did anyone catch that? Did anyone catch that? It's definitely confusing. Okay. Elma wants to stargaze with Julia. Oh, this is a good time. This is a good time for you to stargaze with your mother. You've been wanting to be neglected less, and I feel like even Julia is starting to pay a bit more attention to Elma. Maybe she also has been feeling the crisis of, you know, it is so hard to get werewolf pups to adulthood. It is so hard. This is harder than raising vampire children, and they couldn't even go outside during the daytime. Well, the children could, but you know, honestly, the vampires, you'd think they had more ways to die, but no, it's the werewolf pups who seem to be dying left, right, center. The vampires, I mean, as teenagers, they couldn't go out. They couldn't go out as teenagers, but they stayed alive. Meanwhile, all of our teenagers here are either dying or, you know, the kids are running away. It's very difficult, very, very difficult, and unexpectedly so. Anyways, the reason I'm saying this, that Julia has been paying attention to Elma a bit more, is because she also has the want to stargaze with him. So I find that very, very nice. Okay, let's see if we can get you guys doing some stargazing. Actually, they may not want to go outside because, yeah, let's not scream coherently, or incoherently. They may not want to go outside because it is currently thunderstorming right now, and you probably don't want to get electrocuted in the face while you are, you know, facing the sky. Probably not. But I think it would be quite a daring thing if you did go ahead and decide you wanted to do some stargazing at this time. And I feel like that would be a great bonding opportunity. Okay, they're running outside. They're freaking out and running outside. Guys, you totally had the option to stargaze here, and I don't actually know if this is... Okay, it would be considered still, you know. Okay, did they go down? Okay, they're gonna be here for a little bit. And yep, the queen, the alpha went down, and she was like, nope, I'm not staying here. That is fine, you don't have to stay there. Okay, Ada, she's been wanting to chat with Elma as well. And Ada is important in a sense because she is his stepmother. So maybe she's noticed, how is her relationship with him? Actually, I mean, she's got a cordial relationship. Maybe she's noticed that Elma feels a little bit left out, and she's been wanting to make some effort with him because of that. So can we go and can we share some werewolf experiences? Let's go and do that. Let's go seek out the first prince. Let's chat with the first prince and see how things are going. See how his first werewolf transformation was. That would have been quite a big deal for him. So we'll go do that. See how everything's going, see if he's okay, provide some emotional support if need be. Step up to the role of being a parent, you know? And I'm not sure if I've seen her interact with her own son Eugene as much. They have a good relationship, at least. But I don't think has gone out of her, like nothing has stuck in my memory about them socializing a whole heap. But okay, she's heading on up. And then she wanted to be friendly with Julia, so I suppose it's good that Julia is upstairs. This way everyone can socialize with each other. Where's Julia? Okay, is that Jesse? I don't know, that might be. Okay, we'll chat with him. And I don't even know if I've assigned the bed for the boys or not. They should be able to use the room, right? Maybe. Perhaps I should reassign some things. Okay, Ada. I don't know if that counted. Maybe brighten his day? Come on, let's go brighten his day. Yeah, well, I can't even see a face, honey. If that doesn't do it, then I'm just gonna consider it done. Okay, that does do it. She also wants to chat with Jim. Okay, let's go find Julia first. Where is Julia? Let's go. Oh. She came all the way down here. That quickly? Really? Okay, can we be friendly with her? Let's give her a heartfelt compliment. Is she gonna come up or are you gonna go down? Who's moving? Who's moving? Is Julia coming up? She is. She's like running up. Julia, calm down. Why is Earl so panicked? You know something I feel sad about, guys? I really was enjoying Earl's storyline when his sister was alive and they were doing that whole thing between the two of them. You know, not knowing. But I was really enjoying the way the story was going. Ever since Lily's died, though, he's faded into the background, and that makes me sad. That really does make me sad. I was super duper excited to kind of see where they went. Also, is Ralph related to anyone? Does he have a sibling I'm just not remembering? Or was he fresh blood? He was fresh blood, because his last name is Land. So he's not related to anyone. Like, he was new blood. Ah, okay. He's kind of like Claude. So he and Claude were new blood. Yeah, we don't have, I mean, Helen's got Ben, but they don't have any sort of special sibling storyline the way the others did. I'm kind of sad about that. Okay, come here and, you know what, ask to feel baby, maybe. Ask to feel baby, maybe? Yeah, we'll do that. That seems kind of cute. So go down, check on her, but I feel like Ada during the Alpha's pregnancies is very attentive. Like, very attentive. Unless I am misremembering things, but I don't think she has nearly as many arguments with Queen Julia when she's pregnant. Now, the other thing that I don't think I mentioned, I actually really love this particular hairstyle on Ada, actually more than her last one. I like the Queen's current hairstyle as well, but I did love her like young adult hairstyle equally. Whereas with Ada, look, so these are like the hairstyles they had beforehand. I feel like Ada looks so much better. I mean, she looked cute. She looked cool with that hairstyle. She looked pretty cool with that hairstyle. It was different, but I definitely think she looks so much better with the one she has now. It really, I think it complements her face quite a bit. I also like that, you know, these two married couples, they have like the twin braids going on at the front. I think that's really cute. It's like a, I don't know, it must be a couple thing, or not even a couple thing, but you know, this stage in their lives, this is kind of the fashion that they are into, I suppose. Their fashionable hairstyles. She wants to chat with Lord Jim, so we'll do that, and then friendly with Helen. She's very social today, which is really good though, because we like building relationships. So yeah, she definitely kept the two buns that she has always had in her life, Ada, but she made the bun smaller, and then she, you know, copied the braids that the Queen has down the front, which I think is really cute. But yes, Jim. Let's find Jim. Jim, the father of her child. Okay, let's go to Jim. Let's chat with him. He was swimming. No doubt. Can we, I was gonna do some wolfy stuff, but no, that's fine. Ask to just be friends. No. Let's have a deep conversation with him. Probably about their son. Have a deep conversation about their son. Actually, wasn't Elma chatting with Jim at the alcove? So maybe she wants to know what they were talking about. Or she wants to know how the first prince is doing, if he said anything to him about how he's coping, about his emotions, or anything like that. Or even, you know, the parents of Eugene could be discussing what may have been mentioned about Eugene, or even how he's doing as... Is he the lowest ranking member? I think right now he is the lowest ranking member. I mean, there are only 3 boys, but still. Helen. Let's go find Helen. Let's go find Helen. Let's talk about cool temperature. Or maybe Helen can come upstairs and join us. And Ralph is here too. So we can have like, well, I mean, Jim and Ada aren't really a couple. But you know, well now we have the queen here as well. So we do have a couple. We can have the two couples chatting with each other. Won't that be sweet? That would be really sweet. I'm so sad though, seeing like these two members that we had previously, and isn't that crazy though? We've had other members die, like Rose Ranger. She was one of the very first, what was she? Was she a matchmaker or a kennel master? I can't remember. But she died, and there's no record of her because she didn't marry like any of the other werewolves. Not just the queen, but you know, if anyone marries, they do have a wedding portrait, and I suppose that's one of the ways you're remembered in history. Whereas when you don't have these marriages, you don't make alliances with other bloodlines or families, then there's no record of you left. I mean, yes, you have your gravestone, yes, you have your name, but in wolf society, that is probably one of the most momentous occasions in a werewolf's life. So unless you are the flippin' alpha and you have, you know, your portrait taken at the beginning of your reign, or you get married, there is really no way for people to remember how you look. I mean, they might know there was a Rose Ranger alive at some point, but I don't think a lot of the later generations would remember how they look and stuff. Okay, you want to ask Julia about her day. Where'd Julia go? Where'd Julia go? Oh. Hold on. Julia? Come back, Julia. We want to know how you're doing. We wanna check up on you. Yep, let's go outside. Let's talk to Julia. Also, aren't these guys cold? Look at them all walking around in their swimwear. I mean, power to you, but are you not cold? It's a cool day. I get a little bit worried. Look, everyone is walking around in their swimwear. Are you guys not cold? Why is everyone wanting to swim? It's not even hot or a warm day. Everyone flippin' wants to swim. Okay, come on. Chat. No, don't go. Don't run away. No, don't run. Check up on Julia. Come on, check up on Julia. And you know, guys, now I'm really curious, like, who is gonna survive the terror of childhood? Actually, with the vampires, now that I think about it, childhood was probably one of the easiest stages or the safest stages for them to be in, like life stages, because at that point you can kind of go wherever and do whatever you want. And I suppose as a teen is when things got a little bit stricter, but for the most part it was pretty decent. Whereas the wolves, they seem to be in like a crazy amount of danger when they're young. All sorts of ways for them to die. I'm pretty sure kids can die from the cold. They could freeze to death, which older werewolves seem to be susceptible to. They can run away because they just don't like the pressure of it all. A lot of things can happen. Okay, finally, she has done socializing with everyone. She was very, very, very social today. And Elma, I noticed he had some things. Oh, become friends with Eugene, be friendly with Ada. Oh, he wants to talk to Ada. I suppose he appreciated that she was asking him how he was doing, which is very sweet. But he's gonna have to go to school pretty soon. Can we talk about the cool temperature? We might not get this social in before he has to go off. But he's gonna take off. They did complete their homework, they did, because I did it last night. Okay, good. Also, who have you been fighting with? He's all beat up. He must have been fighting with someone, but obviously I didn't catch it. Lord Roy. I mean, Will is also a wolf right now. Where is Will? You know what? I'm pretty sure they have an enemy ship going on. Is Will also banged up? He is not. He is not banged up. What about Jesse? Jesse is not banged up. So who the heck did he fight with? Roy fought with someone. He definitely fought with someone, I just don't know who. Okay, I think he'll be able to chat with Ada real quick before he goes off to Academy, which is good. Okay, let's tell our stepmother that we really appreciate the fact that, you know, she took time out to talk to us. Yes. Excellent, we've shown our appreciation, now go to Academy. Go, go, go. Go, 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 don't wait. Eugene's heading out. She's heading out. Language. And what's this? Cloud gaze with Will? I mean, if you have time when you come back, we can get that done. Ada wants to cloud gaze with Helen. Okay. I think we can arrange that. We can arrange for some cloud gazing. Yep, let's try and cloud gaze. Now, I don't remember the traits that Ben has. He seems, I don't know, he seems like a quiet, and I'm talking about Helen's brother. Her brother Ben seems like a quiet sort of individual, but, so he's a green fiend, lazy, and hot-headed. Okay, so the green fiend I kind of interpret as them being really, like patriotic and, or not patriotic, maybe, like very proud of the, like possessive of the land they come from and proud of the land they come from. That's what I interpret green fiend as. Like they, you know, they're really happy living in their home environment. So I suppose this particular kingdom, this land, it's where they, like Chestnut Ridge, this is where their people are from. Or maybe not, actually, I think this would tie in very well if we said something like they are very proud of their history and where their royal ancestors come from. Even though they are now werewolves and they're trying to make it in this werewolf society, they still have this attachment to the place they came from and the lives they once lived. Like, not them specifically, but, you know, their bloodline in the past, before the werewolves took over. They still take a lot of pride in that, and they're very possessive of that piece of history that was lost to them. So that ties in very well with their story. And then for Ben, he's lazy and he's short-tempered, so that kind of tells me that maybe, unlike Lily and Earl, maybe these two don't actually get along that well, because Helen, the whole reason she came here was so that she could, you know, make a name for her family. And her grandmother, herself, everyone in their family, they've been trying really hard and working really hard towards making their mark in the kingdom. Whereas her brother, he's not like that. He, yes, is proud of his history, but he doesn't want to put any work into doing stuff. He's kind of happy for the ladies to take the lead and do whatever needs to be done. So I imagine that wouldn't create a lot of respect between the two of them, because Helen's trying and then her brother's not. He's kind of just there. So yeah, okay, that's interesting. I suppose they don't, it's hard to respect someone like her brother who puts zero effort into trying for things. So he's completely different from Earl, who, you know, is adventurous and goes out and does things and solves his own problems and gets into a lot of problems. But yeah, very, very different. Basically minimal effort. If he doesn't have to do something, he really won't do something. Okay, I feel like this should count. Hopefully that counts, because I just saw them cloud gazing with one another. Okay, and then how much time do we have left? It is 9 a.m. on Friday. Okay, so she's the alpha, she's gonna have her baby at 9 a.m. on Saturday. So depending on how we go, I think we should be able to fit in the baby in this particular chapter. So fingers crossed we'll be able to see that. But I might wait until the kids come back, and I think it'll be fun if we go somewhere in the afternoon or nighttime or the evening. We'll see, but it might be nice for us to go somewhere different. Okay, I had to jump back real quickly, continuing our Friday morning, because Ada had a pretty big whim, and it was definitely not something I could work on off camera without you guys here, because I felt like we'd maybe want to see this. After cloud gazing with her, Ada, unflirty Ada, had the whim to have her first kiss with Lady Helen. Like, what is going on? What is going on? Everything was friendly and fine. Ada, why did... I'm gonna have to do it, guys. I am gonna have to go here and, like, do stuff between them now because it's what Ada wants. I don't know what's going through her brain regarding this because her mate, like her fated mate, is dead. So it's not like she's being compelled into a romance with anyone. She is involved with the Alpha. And Alpha aside, the father of a child, a Jim, but like that's pretty much it. She and Jim have a good relationship, but they don't really get romantic with each other. Her attention and romance is saved up for almost entirely the Alpha. And she's been having a largely friendly relationship with Helen. But now, suddenly, she has decided that Helen is someone that she wants to, get closer to romantically, and they have, like, no pink ball right now. Literally, it wasn't even a flirt. It was straight to first kiss. So, I'm unsure about her thought process regarding this. What is causing this? I have no clue. Yes, her family, they're kind of, I don't know if I would say money grubbers, maybe not money grubbers, but they are all about status, and in her youth, they have forced her into a lot of things, like the relationship she has with Queen Julia, for more power, I suppose, and influence, for more influence. They have forced her into those situations, and so she's had to overlook her Catherine. Yes, her relationship with Catherine is what I was going to say. She's had to overlook a lot of those things, but I don't see how Helen, as a fallen royal who is now Kennel Master, would be higher than Julia. Like, yes, she's from a fallen royal line, but at present, she has a lower status than the Alpha. The Alpha is like true werewolf royalty, Back from the very beginning, the very first cursed werewolf who took on the werewolf curse. So I'm a bit unsure if this is the family pushing her or if this is an emotional decision that she is making. Maybe she's just very taken up by Helen's beauty. Maybe that is how beautiful Helen is. Ada just, unflirty Ada just couldn't control it. I'm a bit unsure. I am a little bit unsure. If you guys have any theories about what's going on here, feel free to let me know, because I'm a bit stunned. I'm a little bit stunned. And I'm also slightly worried because, you know how I said that I had to reinstall the, I had to reinstall the Wonderful Whims mod, so everyone's polyamorous trait wasn't set, so I just turned off jealousy altogether. Well, I had to reinstall my Sims game because one of the packs didn't install properly and it was broken, and for some reason the flippin' EA app refused to repair it. It was stuck repairing it, just wouldn't stop, so I just uninstalled and installed it again. And apparently my saves had, when I reinstalled stuff, it had all the correct things already in place. So my Sims who previously had the polyamorous trait had it, except obviously for my jealous Sim. So I figured, well, in that case, I guess I'll just turn back jealousy, I'll turn on jealousy again, and it'll just work the way it used to. I only turned it off for convenience because I couldn't be bothered resetting everyone's. But if it's already there, then I don't see why I shouldn't use it. So this is also concerning because right now I haven't like restarted the game since I turned the jealousy on, so it's not going to work right now. If I restart the game, like whether it's in this video or probably not, maybe in the next chapter, like if we come back in the next chapter, then jealousy will go back to how it normally was, which means that Helen is going to, you know, be jealous of things and a little bit worried because Ralph is not going to do anything to get on her bad side, I think, because who is he going to romance other than her, you know? There's no one else that he's going to be romancing. It might be minor things, but nothing too big. Whereas Ada is married to Julia, so there's going to be a ton of stuff going on between them, and they live in the same household, and they're always romantic with each other, so I'm really worried about Helen. You know, I don't want her to end up like Catherine, but she may end up like Catherine. She may. Okay, let's do an awkward hug. Let's reluctantly hold hands. Oh, I'm just not happy about this. I am not happy about this situation, let me tell you guys. Not very happy at all. Okay, maybe anxiously confess attraction. We'll go ahead and reluctantly embrace. Let's see, what else? Okay, things are going okay. Things are going okay. But this is making me very nervous, no doubt. Very, very nervous. Anything else here? Oh, yep, okay, there we go. There we go. The option has come up. The option has come up. So go ahead and do that. So I suppose we'll have at least, you know, one chapter of peace. We'll have one chapter of peace before hell breaks loose in the next chapter because jealousy is going to be turned on again. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm really not looking forward to that. It is Friday night and the pack is at the observatory, spending some time together, out with the newly aged up little Edwin. So this, I swear, so many names we have with kids that are very similar, so sometimes my brain has to like take a pause and be like, wait a second, what was their name? Anyways, I would typically be very nervous about this outing because, you know, it's the first outing since Ada and Helen had the first kiss, but thankfully jealousy is still turned off. It'll be turned on from the next chapter, so let's just enjoy the peace while it lasts a little bit. I'm nervous about next time. I really am. Anyways, Elmer here wants to stargaze with his uncle, so let's go find Prince Wilkhurst. Where is he? Where'd you go, Will? Where'd you go? Okay, Will is running off somewhere. Don't know where. We need to track him down, though, and stargaze, because we want to spend some time with Uncle Dearest. Now, one thing that I haven't checked, and I probably should, is who these boys consider to be their, father figure. And that's regardless of the father they have. I usually find, or I feel as though that should be dependent on the male they have the closest relationship with, you know, who their father figure is going to be. So with Elma, his father figure is actually Will, his uncle. For a bit there, Roy was going to, you know, be the father figure because he is the biological father, but it's interesting that Elma actually is closer to his uncle than he is to his own father. But then again, Will is the shepherd, so I feel like it's appropriate if the kids do feel as though he is more of a parental form than the others. But that is cute. That is really cute. Can we go and do this stargaze? Yes? Can we stargaze, please? Come on, are we going there? Is he coming here? Will might be joining us? Yes, okay, Will is coming here to join us. So you have that worked out with Elma. And then with Harvey, So Harvey's father is Michael, and it seems as though his father is his actual parental figure. Okay, so his father, he's the closest to his father, which is interesting because I really haven't seen them socialize nearly that much, but I don't know, they must interact off the lot. They must like send letters to each other or something like that, or Michael in the background might keep tabs on his kid. So that's pretty interesting, because remember there was a period of time when we thought maybe Harvey would have a bit of a complex that his father is like a bastard, from bastard blood. So maybe that's the reason why he doesn't have access to his wolf form, or something's like wrong with him. But I don't know. Maybe he also feels a sense of kinship over their shared weakness. I mean, yes, Michael can transform, but they have a sort of weakness there if you think about it in terms of family. So I suppose that poor lineage that he has from Michael, he still feels some sort of connection, which is cool. And then Eugene has the same situation going on with his own father. He feels the closest to Jim. So that's really good. Now Jim was also new blood, so he doesn't have any connection with like any of the ladies here. But I find that intriguing. Also, you know how I swear, you guys, did you not okay, someone just really wants to play the violin. But come on, dude. Elmo wants to stoggies with you. He wants some uncle-nephew time, please. Please. Oh, come on, let's go. And I imagine Michael to be just not very paternal. So I guess I'm a little surprised that Harvey's so close to him. Whereas with Roy, remember, he was the one that saved Lillian from the fire. How ironic is it that he saved her from the fire and she ends up dying from the cold? That's just crazy. She ends up dying from ice. Anyways, I remember Roy being very attentive to the kids when they were young. Oh, Ed has a question, but Ed, go away. Go away, Ed. Your brother has other things of more importance to do. Thank you very much. I know that's a little bit mean, but seriously, we've been trying to get this done for a while. Come on, let's go. Let's interrupt Uncle Will's conversation. And you know what's sad? He was actually really close to his brother Alfred. Elma was really, really close to Alfred. I mean, look at their relationship. It was very high. He is nowhere near as close to his, brothers right now, his younger brothers. The other thing, you know how Elma kept socializing with Michael and having whims to socialize with Michael? And even now, he wants to chat with Michael after he finishes stargazing with his uncle? I'm thinking maybe that's because of Harvey. Because we know how Harvey doesn't. I mean, he doesn't really listen. And he doesn't like doing things or being put in the spot, and half of the times it's stuff to do with his own responsibilities. And it really takes a lot of pushing from Elma to get him to submit. So maybe he actually wanted to talk to Michael about Harvey, since, we've now discovered that Michael and Harvey have a very close relationship. I mean, yes, Harvey has a higher status than his own father because he's a prince, so it's not like Michael can tell him to listen or anything like that. He doesn't have the authority to, but maybe Elma's hoping that by chatting with Michael, he's gonna learn something about Harvey that is gonna make him a bit more easy to work with. So, that's something I didn't think about. Michael, I'm gonna have to summon Michael over because I don't know why he left. So let me summon him over because, the first prince wishes to chat with you. Thank you very much. I'll call him over from here. Okay, Michael, can we chat with the first prince? Yes, evangelize your vegetarian benefits. When he's doing that, really, he's talking about, you know, the mannerisms and decorum of a civilized werewolf, and how avoiding your responsibilities is not very civilized of Harvey. I mean, Harvey was ignoring Eugene when Eugene was trying to do the archery contest. Whenever our prince, like first Prince Elmer, whenever he gets all the youngsters to do homework together, Eugene listens. Harvey half the time doesn't even listen. It takes a lot of finagling on his part to finally get a move on and do what Elma wants him to do. So he has a bit of that defiant streak in him. Look, Michael doesn't sound too impressed, but no, this is an important conversation that the prince wants to have with you. Thank you very much. Okay, Ada wants to chat with Will. So let's go do that. Oh, is Will not here? Okay, well, I guess we're summoning over Will as well. Let's summon over Will. Okay. Will, Ada wants to chat with you. Okay. Weren't you here just a second ago? I don't know. Let's discuss interests. Let's go do that. I see you two. I'm watching you two. I see you guys. You need to keep a distance between each other. You know, I'm kind of disappointed in Ada. I'm not gonna lie. I'm disappointed that she went after Helen. I wanted Helen to stay away from this female drama. So I'm kind of disappointed that Ada had to just sabotage her like that. No. Discuss interests with Will. You know what? Kill this conversation and fine, give him a heartfelt compliment. Because we've been trying to spend time with Elma. We noticed that Will and Elma are doing really good. And we are happy, or, you know, Ada is happy that Elma has really good influence with the shepherd. And maybe, you know, he can teach him a thing or two about princely duties and such. Although the kind of duties he has probably, you know, doesn't amount to the type of responsibility that Elma may have growing up. That's okay, though. Okay, Julia wanted to woohoo with Lady Ada, although I don't know anyway here if they would be able to do that. Like, we don't really have anything here that is gonna facilitate that, unfortunately. I don't think they have any place they can go to for that. Yeah, it's just is not the place. You can go be friendly with Harvey, though. Oh, and she's already talking to Harvey. Okay, let's complain about the sunny weather. You know, out of all of her kids, now I'm also curious about this. Who does she have the closest relationship with? Elma. Okay, so she prefers Elma. I would say right now Elma is her favorite child. Okay. She spends a lot of time with Harvey, but I suppose recently, like in this chapter, she's actually been making more effort to be attentive to Elma and, you know, bond with him a little bit more. You know, they've been stargazing together, I think cloud gazing, all those kind of stuff. Probably talking about deep stuff, so... that's nice. I bet Elma feels, you know, slightly more loved, but yes. Elma is the favorite child right now. He is the favorite child. He's the first prince. He's shown his power. He's shown his strength. The transformation during the full moon went fine, so there's nothing to worry about there. Also, in terms of... where's the little one? Where is the little one? I am talking about Edwin. Okay, he's gone off. But Edwin is also a proper wolf from what I could see. From what I remember in Cass. I'm pretty sure he is like pure werewolf. A proper werewolf, so that's really good. That is really good. He has the icon, so I'm assuming that's what it means. Okay, you, fine. You want to become friends with Earl, Eugene, that's gonna have to be something you just do on your own. And you want to be friendly with Harvey. Okay, so look at that. He spoke with Michael, and straight afterwards, he wants to go speak with Harvey. I don't know if they want to accuse him of spying or asking what his problem is, complaining about parents. I mean, you know what? He's going to be the bigger person and he's going to apologize. He's going to do that. And to be honest, Harvey, more than anyone else, is always fighting with Elma. But I think Elma is really patient with him, again, because he's, you know, the older brother. But right now, honestly, Elma was feeling neglected because of Harvey beforehand. And after spending all his time with his mother, Queen Julia, he's finally managed to get over that. But now his younger brother is showing attitude to him. And I bet you guys, I bet you it is because Harvey is feeling very salty from the full moon, like the recent full moon we had. And that's just shown him something like, yeah, that's kind of shown him close up something he's never going to be able to have. And now I reckon he's a little bit jealous of Elma, and he finds Elma's kindness very, cause Elma doesn't know what Harvey's problem is, right? But Harvey does, and Harvey's sensitive about it. So he feels like Elma is mocking him when Elma's being nice to him. But Elma can't mock him because he doesn't even know what the hell you're sensitive about. So yeah, that's the thing going on between these guys. What? Wait, what? Oh no, Helen. Oh no. Okay. Well, I know we have polyamorous relationships, but I may have mentioned this. Hopefully I have, if I've, changed stuff. Because I remember in the beginning I was very confused about how the multiple relationships was going to work. Basically, I feel like I'm thinking that the werewolves, basically only the alpha can have multiple spouses. Other werewolves who are already married can have like a mistress or I suppose a consort. They can have a mistress or a consort, but that would be like a courtship relationship, right? So they could, get into a courtship, like boyfriend, girlfriend. I call it courtship. They can get into a courtship, and that would be like them having a mistress or a consort outside of the marriage. But they won't be able to get, like if someone's already married, unless you are the alpha, you won't be able to get engaged and get married because only the alpha can have multiple spouses. I think that's the rule that I am currently working with. So the fact that she wants to be this right here, this means that Helen wants to be Ada's mistress. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this is gonna be crazy. This is going... And they're both on flirty, aren't they? Oh, they're both on flirty. Oh my goodness, okay. So, no doubt, this is even harder for them to do, and, it's even more effort. But seriously, out of everyone she could have picked, why did you start this, Ada? I'm so unhappy with Ada right now. Like, I don't even... Who is she bitter about? Hold on a second, because jealousy's turned off right now. Who is she bitter about? And that's the other curious thing. Helen finds Ada basic looking. But, she's still going for that. Whereas she finds her fated mates to be attractive. Huh. Okay, well... Yeah, who does she... Okay, what, is it Elma, maybe? No. Who else is here? Maybe one of the kids? Oh, she has a bit of a grudge with Harvey as well. Huh. What about Eugene? No, just Harvey. Harvey's just a problem child altogether. Imagine if he ends up in power. This is going to be like such a headache. I swear, if Harvey ends up in power, that is going to be madness. The pack's going to be run into the ground, I tell you. But okay, these two will get them to line up some romantic interaction so that she can officially become Ada's mistress out in the open. But I think this is gonna be Helen's downfall, guys. This right here is gonna be her downfall. Because as soon as the jealousy gets turned on, she is going to drive herself and everyone around her crazy because of what's happening here. Although I have to say, unless she goes up to and she like slaps the queen, and like unless she becomes enemies with the alpha, she won't really be put to death. So this might not be as risky for her. This might actually be smarter for her than becoming the alpha's mistress. Because if a jealous sim gets involved with the alpha, like becomes the alpha's mistress or spouse, like Catherine did, then they will obviously ruin their relationship, and then they will end up being hated, becoming enemies, and being killed. Whereas it doesn't matter how terrible her relationship is with Ada. Even if she becomes enemies with Ada, if her relationship with the alpha is fine, nobody's gonna put her to death. It's just Ada's gonna have a headache on her hands. But she might be able to finagle out of this, guys. She might be able to make it work somehow. But okay, we have like not that long left, about an hour before it's gonna be like the queen's gonna be due. So let's see if we can actually get this whole thing worked out. Let's see if we can actually get her to become Ada's mistress before that point. Okay, here she goes. She's very tense. But okay, so Ada has agreed to take Helen on as her mistress. And that is that. Now we have to get everyone back to the castle grounds. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. But she can't like get engaged to Ada because Ada's already married to the alpha. So she, unfortunately, even if she has that whim come up, even if Ada has that whim come up, they can't have any more relationship than this because of the social constraints they're under. Like, this is the most that they'll be able to do. I mean, the alpha could marry Helen, but they won't be able to marry each other. Okay, we wanted to ask Helen about her day. Let's check in. Ada. Let's check in on Ada real quick then. I'm just not happy about this whole thing. I'm just not happy about it, guys. Oh, I'm really not happy. It is Saturday morning, and our queen is ready to have her child, which may end up being the last baby we have, if it is a boy. Because we right now have Elma, Harvey, Ed, Edwin, Eugene. So there's like spot for one more boy. If it's a princess, then obviously we will have another breeding. But everyone's kind of trickling in. We're not gonna spend too much time waiting around. I really just want to see what this baby is. And of course, this was the child that she had with Claude. Which, where is Claude? I don't even know where Claude is. Where is Claude? Where is he? Okay, he's all the way down here. Dude, your child is going to be born. Like, why are you down here? Come upstairs. Can we not get... Hold on. I'm gonna try and get her to bring, Claude and Ben upstairs. But I suppose it doesn't matter too much if he's not here. Okay, and here we go, guys. Let's take a look. What is it going to be? Is it going to be the final child we have? Or is it not? The final child, maybe? Come on, Queen Julia. And it's a boy. Okay, so that is going to be our final child in the wolf pack. Obviously, if, a boy happens to die somehow, because unlike the vampires, apparently the werewolves, it's just a lot harder to get them to adulthood. So this is the last boy, unless someone dies. If one of the boys dies, then obviously we'll have to keep breeding. But, yeah. Yeah, okay, this is going to be Prince Charlie Curse. So Prince Charlie Curse, welcome to the family. So Prince Charlie it is, and just the one child. I'm surprised we haven't had any multiple births, but I'm also glad for it because that means in the future, when we do have multiples, it's going to be like so much more exciting when we have twins or even triplets. They'll be special because we haven't had them before. With the vampires at a certain point, it got really common. So, it stopped being as fun. So this is good. Okay, little Prince Charlie. There we go. He has joined us, guys. That is it. He has joined us, our final little boy. And I'm not too sad that we won't be able to breed Ben, for example, because Ben was actually really cute. Ben was really cute. But then again, you never know. Until every one of these children reach adulthood, then we won't we won't really know whether breeding is done. I suppose for the werewolves, that's when you say breeding's done, right? Obviously, once the alpha becomes an elder, then succession starts. But before that point, breeding is done for sure when all the boys reach adulthood, which really, they may not. Some of the kids might still be teenagers by the time the alpha becomes an elder. And in that case, if they're children or toddlers, obviously they won't be able to participate in the succession because they're going to be too young. So it's a learning process for us to see how this is going to go. And I feel like in the first generation, we're definitely figuring a lot of things out. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. When we come back next time, I was going to say, are going to be having our next match, but no, we are not having our next match. We are not having any more breedings. When we come back next time, though, I think we can look forward to having... So obviously the baby is going to become a toddler in the next chapter, but also we may just get to see Harvey turn into a teenager. And, he's going to have another trait. So as well as his appearance, obviously, we're going to see whether his character improves or, just gets worse. But okay, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.